I'm Vittorio, the chosen one. My voice is a little hoarse from fighting with the other side. I want to explain something to you guys. So I leave these talks and these videos, and more of it's for myself because nobody watches them except for me. So it's kind of like a personal journal. But if anybody were to click on it, it would be a great privilege for them because I'm the leading genius of the era and arguably the greatest mind of all time ever. I'm the farthest ahead of any time period, farther than Tesla and Einstein put together. Elon's moving very slow compared to me, and I'm a fan of his work. I actually use his app, and I pray for him to get to Mars because the world's so boring to somebody like me that's such a futurist. You talk about these other people and they talk about the future and they always misunderstand it, and they don't know why they misunderstand it. In their origin, they understand it. And I always talk about that and how we wrote it all together as an equal before the universe existed and how it's made out of us and what the end game and goal was. So that's something I want to talk about. It really pisses me off when they talk about like the James Webb Telescope and how we're going to rewrite the history books with them or rewrite the universe and find out all this stuff. Everything they find out is almost like a decoy to me. It's a beard mask, and the truth is hidden in my butt. I can see it. It's not hidden to me because it's all based on metaphor and symbolism that they don't understand. And I've explained how I read it that way and wrote a book on it and everything like that, or the techniques in the book. And it really pisses me off because a lot of my work all my work is suppressed. And the other side, I'm so big, I'm such a highly skilled giant and dangerous genius against the dark that the other side kind of nuts up and gets afraid of doing this in a greater way. And all of us fucking Braveheart humans and aliens are down. Everybody's got the balls for it. But I'm gonna explain what the Big Bang Theory really meant. So look at this first. It's the $30 blade that I took down trillions of dollars of waste with and the wars with and the fucking nuclear weapons that threaten us all the time. And I threaten back with them because I'm a badass motherfucker. I'm not here to take shit from dictators. And the other side, I want to play dictator and boss to me. So I'm sorry to you guys at home. I'm your chosen one and I hand you love forever. But this beef between us is probably not going to fucking go away. And I'm sorry it happened, but I want them to show me more respect and real courage and real bravery by not hiding my abilities that I earned, that I constantly preach about in the videos. So I'm explaining to you guys what the Big Bang Theory really meant. They misunderstood all of it. Why they were here, meaning humans and the people that were the, say, physicists or whoever you were, the theologians, whoever it was that was explaining what they thought about it. Their philosophy is based on metaphor that they don't understand so that mystery can operate and we can beat the trajectories that we set in motion. And those trajectories are based on love and light beating the dark in it. And that's a great generalization in it that kind of settles everything, puts everything in its place because we have to reform into it, turn into it. I talk about that all the time. So what the Big Bang really was about, there was no Big Bang. We're simply energy that gave our energy, all the materials, all the shit around I always talk about, we share the same origin. Energy forms itself in different forms. We are simply formed this way. We humans that can be conscious or semi-conscious. I'm the most conscious and the most aware. Okay, so we have that ability, and that's why we relied on, especially me, to channel us, the source. When I say us or we, I'm talking not about humans, I'm talking about our energy source, out of the dark forever and to reform. See that light? If I can mirror it and grab onto it, connect it to it in a literal way, like something out of Tesla's playbook, I then can reform and all the other parts of it are removed from me, like excreting waste and taking in the nutrients that we need. Okay, all that stuff's metaphor about what I'm about to say. So, but the Big Bang was about this bet we made with me that I could, because the universe is centered around me, that I could take on the trajectories of the chosen one, which that meant a lot of fucking pain and fucking suffering and seeing shit and hells in the world. Now, people have suffered physically more than I have and stuff like that, and even more mental illness to an extreme than what I went through. But I went through severe mental illness, and I have a fucking picture of it. And that's what makes me very angry about this, is that I show that picture and to show the contrast of what I achieved in my life and being this great genius and channeling the whole universe at once and making it look easy. And it's hidden. The abilities are hidden. So that really bothers me because spirituality is about the truth and they want to suppress the truth, meaning they, the other side. And to me, it's cowardice. And then they call on bravery to hide behind me while I scream or something like that at a local place until we weren't here. I'm not down to support a coward energy source. So if they get their shit together and make a comeback, then that's cool. Otherwise, I'm out. And I still serve you. I have other techniques and things I used, and I'm not abandoning you, the physical world. I have proof that I can still serve you without adhering to them. So I'm not living under a dictator rule, and neither should you. We we all bet on this and agree with me as fellow fucking humans and souls, and they need to get it together. But so here's the thing. The Big Bang Theory is based on this. It never happened. There was no Big Bang. The Big Bang that's supposed to happen is about me and the other side channeling my instrument in a fight against the dark, where we build it up. Like music building up, or taking a pill of ecstasy and you're blowing up, that kind of euphoria, or an orgasm. It's kind of like sex. You build it. Me and the other side are building up through my instrument, because the universe is centered around me. So we build my instrument up high enough, loud enough, strong enough against the dark, using my risk reward. And I've talked about that. Why we channel the logic that we've created for me to understand on a deep level, meaning light to light, soul to soul, where the karmic debt's paid off after moving against the dark in creation. Okay, so when in the climax, like sex, or like I said, blowing up on X, or whatever it is, in the climax, we would literally blow up. This is malleable. I always say that. The forms are malleable. It's light and energy formed this way, right? So our systems are that. And the point of view is shit, because we're in watered down versions of watered down in comparison to the euphoria we're supposed to feel. Again, I'm going to restate it. God in heaven has to be made out of our energy source. It's an idea. There's no heaven. There's no God unless we become an all-knowing, all-good being that doesn't abuse itself and live in the fucking dark. That's the duality in that bet. It might not make sense to you, but it makes sense to me because I understand it thoroughly. The duality in that bet of light or dark is in all the metaphor and everything I just described. So we blow up out of these. Literally blow up out of these, meaning we destroy the old forms, or without hurting ourselves. We've been abused enough. We blow up out of these and reform into each other. So the punching bag, all the shit here, we reform into each other, and all septillion planets cleanse itself of the dark energies, the indifference, all of it. And there's many, many more metaphors in what I'm describing that I could talk about and go into the detail of. But I'm not going to do that right now. So that's what the Big Bang means. That's the explosion. It's just like the Garden of Eden. I'll explain that in another video. That's all based on possibility. That's based on a bet. I start creation, set it in motion. For billions of years, we fought over mating rights, territorial resources, which I repeatedly say in state to get the message across. That's why there might be a third world war. It's all a mirror of those things, but the Big Bang is based on that explosion, where we explode, proving the theory of everything and becoming God, explode into each other. There wasn't an original explosion. Shit like that went on and is based on metaphor they'll try to study. In the physicists will never understand it or get any real grasp on it. It frustrates me because I see stuff about black holes and I explain what those mean, or the origin of the universe, and they spend all this money, billions of dollars, are on space travel, and they're crawling. And even if they find something, it's based on symbolism and metaphor. What symbolism and metaphor about? It's about stripping it down. If you took a piece of paper and wrote down all that it's meaning, it's code. It's meant to be made literal, and the literal aspect of it has to be lived, and that's what the Big Bang's about. So it's not something that happened; it's something that could happen. So if there's anything I can clarify, I'll clarify it more. But I'm gonna give another talk about the Garden of Eden, because it's the same thing. It's misinterpreted, and it's so kind of silly, and I want to say dumb even, where people believe in it and take it literally. The snake fucking gave the girl an apple. The snake doesn't have fucking arms. Ask questions like that and make it literal. How are the creatures that fought over maiden rights territory perfect then? That's an idea based on a timeline. And I'm going to explain it in more thorough detail, because there's a lot of metaphors that I think are cool that are connected to it that people wouldn't believe, or understand how to link up. But it's a part of my genius ability to interpret on a higher level than everyone else.